Good morning, Michaela here, coming to you from Playa Negra. So I've been here a little over a week, and I'm thinking I'm gonna hang out for a while. It's interesting that it's another Puerto. Maybe that's, a sign, I don't know. And I think that that's kind of, I've learned to wait on signals or for things to work out on their own as a signal that something is for me. And if I'm swimming upstream, that's not the way to go. So here there's not a lot of like longer term rental options. It is the off season, but pretty much everything is short term rentals, Airbnb type thing. So it makes it a little difficult to find something consistent where I'm not moving around. And if it were just me, not a big deal. But even if it were just me and the dogs, not a big deal. But the cats, it's a little more impactful on them, I think, and just ready to find some place to hang out. So this may be it for a while. I think I found an accommodation, and it will require me moving among 3 different apartments, but they're on the same lot or right next to it. So, that won't mean uprooting the cats again. I'm familiar with the landlord, that I'm moving around, and it's not moving stuff very far. So while it's not ideal, maybe it'll satiate my need for change. So we'll see. But it rained all day yesterday. It was wonderful. I think the locals aren't as much of a fan of it as I am, of course, but growing up in a dry area that would then flood, definitely appreciate thunderstorms and the frequency of the thunderstorms, and of course that's what makes it so lush and green. I went grocery shopping again. Turns out most of the stores around here are pretty fantastic, and there's your grocery store, and then there's the little local markets, and then they have like the produce stands. And actually there's a market I was told about today that I'm gonna go check out. So I got, and I'll post a picture of what I got, but I went to the little produce stand and bought 3 avocados, 2 green plantains, 1 yellow plantain, a papaya, and a mango, and had her put in my phone how much that cost, and it was 600 colones, which is $1.99. Guys, wow. I was so flabbergasted that I either wasn't paying attention or maybe it would have happened anyway, but I ended up giving her 6,000 colones, which is around $13, $14. So not a huge deal, but a little embarrassing. I mean, win for them, right? They got a bit more money out of me, which is fine. But here I was feeling all local, and then I can't even give the correct amount of money, but it's fine. So yeah, I'm excited to make some more guacamole and those plantain chips. I know people keep telling me what they are, but I keep forgetting. I am excited to, if I could switch to a plant-based diet, then I'd be saving quite a bit of money. That's what a lot of this is export or import tax on things, and but $1.99 for that many and those kinds of produce, or that much and that kind of produce, is very impressive. So otherwise, met a couple people, found a restaurant I really like, but unfortunately everything here, not everything, but a lot of things here closed for the month of June. It's slow season, and hold on. Okay, cool. Just made a new friend. She has a little pack of dogs, and mine went running that direction. And, everybody, I think, of course, it's normal to be like, but my dogs are, like, she was worried her dogs, because it was in a pack, were going to come after my dogs. And one of the females did get a little saucy with dude, but he's so chill. Unless it's an intact male who's actually aggressive, then he becomes aggressive. But otherwise, he just, waits for them to chill. Anyway, she actually suggested a couple options in finding longer term rental, and she was from Switzerland, so that's cool. She's been here 20 years though. I've run into that a few times. I'm seeing quite a few expats or meeting quite a few expats, which is great and interesting. So I'm sure it'll work out. If it's supposed to work out, it'll work out. I'm just moving into this space of wondering, is this going to be home, to declaring, yeah, this is home. But even then, I'm like, are we sure? I have a little bit of a commitment issue, it turns out, and I'm not sure if it's like FOMO, like I want to make sure I find the best place, or if it's trauma. Maybe a little both. And I was talking to one of my brothers yesterday about, I don't like to feel seen and observed. And like, I don't mind it like in passing. It's when people are like learning my routine and expecting me places and shit like that. And I don't, I met this older couple when I walked the other direction, and we exchanged numbers. And yesterday I was a little late. She's like, I was about to text you. And I'm like, oh God, no, I don't like that. But while I don't like that, it's actually kind of what I'm missing from Puerto Escondido. And while, yes, these people can be in your business sometimes, or they can be obnoxious, and I guess that's a bit of a strong word I don't mean they are obnoxious. I mean, the behavior to me is like invasive almost. But those are the people that are going to be there for you. Those are people that if something went down, you could, like when dude went missing in Puerto Escondido, which was insane because he's always Velcro, but there was noise, and I think I did a video on it. He ended up finding his way back home, which was just a fucking miracle. But I was hanging out with somebody I met there. She was a tourist though. She was visiting, but she was from Mexico. And then, so she helped me. And then this French woman that I made friends with and her husband were also helping because they were down the beach, and I had run into them again. So while it's, it's a double-edged sword, this concept of community. And I know that I want community, but I don't know. There's aspects of it that I don't like to feel judged, or like somebody has expectations of me. So my brother yesterday also said, one of the things he remembers our dad saying is, anywhere you live, there's going to be problems, so you might as well live somewhere beautiful. I don't remember hearing Dad say that, but it sounds like something he would say. And so, yeah, I mean, sure. And there's that book, as I brought up before, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, where we're always going to have problems. We just want better problems. And creating a situation for ourselves that's the case. Am I still stressed about a living situation? A little. Is someone who's not in this situation going to go, oh, you poor fucking thing? Sure, and I get it, but it still is kind of stressful, especially somewhere I don't know anybody, or again, but that goes back to my irritation with knowing people. So yeah, the human experience, right, y'all? So that's been my thought process this week. I did work, and is this? Looks like some kind of an old coin, but too big. Oh, it's probably one of theirs. I'm like, it's too big to be a quarter. I'm not in the United States. So it's probably like a 500 something piece. I don't know. Anyway, so processing that, getting through work this week, grateful for my clients. They're kicking ass and taking names. Might have run into a situation where I can contribute to the community here as like a coach. I can't do licensed therapy for anyone who doesn't live in Texas, so I would like to expand my business to where I can work with anybody in the world. And that would look more like a coaching gig. So I did think I have to start another LLC for that. I don't. I can actually just umbrella it under my PLLC for now, anyway. Guys, check out this giant piece of driftwood. Starts over there. That's Dude for scale. Here's Charlie for scale. Foot for scale. I mean, this thing is huge. One of my favorite pieces. Ah! This is why we go up here and over it instead of down and try to go around it. So once I get that kind of situated in my mind, or actually I kind of have it situated in my mind, just determining when I'm going to start marketing it, I guess, which I'm good at what I do. Marketing it, yeah, I have a hard time with that. But anyway, I digress. So that's been the process this week. I'm listening to a couple of women that, we got the blue moon coming up on Sunday, the 31st. So got that going on. And then they sometimes pull card spreads and, essentially that I'm still in a settling period. I shouldn't expect like total resolution of anything this weekend, but kind of getting to know the place, and I've kind of trained myself into that it'll reveal itself to me over time versus, I need to know everything right now and make sure I do all the things and, just hanging out. I was going to go to the beach yesterday because it's Friday, but it was raining, so I guess we'll go today. Tough life, right? I know. But yeah, that's the update for this week so far. If I do anything cool, I'll be sure to check in. Y'all take care. Bye.